Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to another review. Today we have Shfiguarts Hinata Hyuga from Naruto Shippuden, and I'm super excited to unbox this figure. I've been waiting for this figure for a very long time, and I have high expectations for this figure. I'm expecting this figure to be way better than the Shikamaru, way better than the Tsunade, and yeah, it's just a quick look at the box. Figure's looking really good from inside the box, so I'm really excited about that. But let's get it opened up and see what this figure is about. Again, super excited. Sorry for not posting in a very long time. I have a lot of reviews planned. I have Rebel Text that just came in, Joker, Deathstroke, and Deadpool, who I plan to review soon. But I'm doing them in the order that they arrived in, like the newest figure that arrived. So hopefully I can get through these reviews and get you guys some quality content, right? So, we get a closer look at the figure. So let's open the packaging. Let's get a closer look at this figure right here. So, closer look of Hinata, right? Honestly, I'm really liking this head sculpt. The head sculpt doesn't look too bad. Head sculpt looks pretty nice. Detail on the face looks nice. Like the design of the jacket. Looks pretty nice, right? Pants. I'm really looking at like the joints and the mold that they use for this figure, because I believe this is a new body, similar to the Tsunade, completely new and different body. So yeah, I think she looks great. But let's get into the articulation now. So for articulation, she doesn't have a great butterfly joint because of this shoulder piece here, at least from what I'm looking at here. It kind of does split open if you see it when you push it, but yeah, kind of limited. I would be careful with this piece here and the bicep swivel. You don't want to like scratch it, right? She is double jointed, and see, this ab crunch is actually pretty decent, right? We have a pretty decent ab crunch. Her legs, her legs kick up quite a bit. I'm sure I can go more, but I'm trying not to bend the plastic here. The plastic has a cut here, but it doesn't really bend all that far, even with the cut. I mean, it'll bend like this, sure, but you would have to use the ab crunch a bit and bend the plastic a bit more, so I'd be careful with that. This is a soft plastic piece on the bottom. Her side to side is amazing. I do worry that this is going to get chipped and bent, because this whole piece right here, both the bottom piece and the top piece, are soft plastic. And yeah, even everything that's this material is soft plastic, so be very careful. Even this piece right here is soft plastic, so I do expect some of this to have some wear and tear over time. For the head articulation, she looks down that much, so pretty decent. And then looking up that much, I believe this is a separate piece here that you can remove as well. Side to side movement in the head, all pretty good, even with this piece here, with the ninja headpiece, right? The headband. Then she has a movable piece in her head. I'm assuming she has a joint up here somewhere, or a peg where she can move. So you can move it quite a bit, actually, up and down. And it does go down this much to make it look more relaxed. Bicep swivel, as I was mentioning earlier. For T-pose, she can hit the T-pose basically, but again restricted by this shoulder piece that you could force, but I'd be very careful. It is actually not a separate piece. I was gonna say it might be a separate piece, but it doesn't look like it's a separate piece because it's connected to the front piece right here. So be very careful with that soft plastic piece and what you decide to do with it. For splits, her legs can go out quite a bit. I don't want to go any further than that, but she has some pretty decent articulation, and as you know, Naruto figures also go back, which I don't know why you would need to do that. She's double jointed on the knees. For some reason, it looks like her knee is popping out of place when you push further than this, so very concerning there. Be very careful. You see, like, it kind of like, you can see like the metal hinge right here, so be very careful when you're pushing her leg back. I don't think she really goes past that 90-degree angle, to be honest. She does have a thigh swivel that does look a little awkward in some angles where you can see it popping out, but like you can swivel it and make it look good depending on the angle that you're working with. I think overall the articulation is pretty decent on this figure. I wouldn't say it's exceptional. I wouldn't say it's the worst. I wouldn't say it's the best, but it's pretty good, and I think it's going to work for a lot of people and all the poses that they want to do with Hinata. And then I'm just showing you like the ankle pivot, the ankle articulation. She does have toe hinges as well. Not a great toe hinge. It's like, just there, I guess. But I would say the weakest point of articulation would probably be the knees. I'm not sure if that's because I think they are single jointed, actually. This looks like a single joint right here. So I think she does have single jointed knees. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, please. But that's what it appears like. She has single jointed knees. And this is the articulation for SHF Hinata. So let's get into the accessories and see what she has. So she comes with a swappable front piece with her hair dropping down on the sides. She has a swappable back piece as well. So I can show you the difference here. More swish to the side, but I actually like this one a lot more. Makes it look more natural. This one kind of looks like sticks out, if you know what I mean. Well, yeah, this one flows more naturally. And then comparing the front headpiece, this one's like swished to the side. So that's pretty cool. Giving you that wind effect. For the faces, let's start with the Naruto face. This is the face that he has when Pain obliterates Hinata. Where he's shocked and he's like, oh my goodness, Hinata is dead, basically. So this is that face from that scene against Pain. Pretty cool addition, actually, to this figure, and would be nice to recreate that scene as well. And for other faceplates, we have her face with the Byakugon. I think I'm going to zoom in here because it's kind of hard to show from far away. So we have the Byakugon eyes. I think they're done very well. But the facial expressions look great. Not having any issues. This figure also being manufactured in Vietnam does not seem to have as many QC issues as the other figures. More so seeing like this black paint on the nose on some of the faceplates. But I think, yeah, you could just move it off. So here I have a more relaxed Byakugan-eyed face. Looking pretty good. And I honestly think it does look really good. Like, it looks like Hinata, you know? I don't think it's too far off from how she looks in the anime. It's a more serious face. And here we have her smiling face. Again, just like a lot of like black on the nose pieces. What I do wish was she would have came with like perhaps a face with red cheeks, because she's always really shy. I think that's missing here from this box. Showing more of her personality, where she's really shy, she's really scared. I think there's a little bit of red on this, but it's hard to see because of the lighting. Like, you can kind of see a little bit, but I wish it was more exaggerated, more dramatic, because I feel like that really does fit her character. But it's nice that they added like small touches here. But again, I would have liked to see more of her. They did a great job with the faceplates, but again, I think she could have had a little bit more variety, because her personality is very different than all of the other characters in Naruto. So I think it doesn't do a great job of showing her personality. It just does a great job of having somewhat of her action-esque faceplates. If you see there, 2 of them are Byakugan, 1 of them is her yelling, 1 of them is serious, and she's not, I mean, she's serious, but she's more quiet half the time. And then her shy personality, I mean, I guess you got a good variety here, you know, but I feel like there could have been more expressive ones for Hinata. Not a big complaint, just something to consider. So she comes with these finger hands. I don't really know what this is. I'm not really well versed in her abilities. I know she has like the dragon fist, and she has the Byakugan and like all the fighting moves that she has, but I don't really know any of her hand signs or what she does. But this is cool. Got some open like palming hands. So those are 2 hands. There's 5 pairs of hands. She has these second pairs of open palm hands, but these are like more relaxed. So pretty cool. Show off her fighting. So a lot of fighting expressions on the hands. She has the Shadow Clone Jutsu hands, I believe. And then she has holding hands, I think. So as you can see, she comes with a good variety of hands. Here are all the hands for you to see. All the faceplates. I was going to keep trying to take it out, but I honestly can't take them out of the box right now. They're really hard. There's everything she comes with. And then I will show you I believe they're called like dragon fists or something to that nature. And I think they actually look really nice. They're very nicely detailed. They have this like darker blue towards the edges and more like translucent, like faded light blue towards the edge. And then on the inside, you see it has a peg so that she can peg her hand in there. You don't need a hand to put in there. I wonder how these will hold up. I wonder if these will mess up her joints. I wonder if they will hold up over time. But they look awesome. I really like them, especially this blue right here. But now that we covered her articulation, now that we covered her accessories, let's get into a size comparison with other figures in the line. So here's a size comparison between Hinata, Sakura, and Naruto. As you can see, Naruto's the tallest here. Hinata, I don't know if she's the same height as Sakura, but they're pretty close in height. And if not, I think, let me see. Well, Sakura's wearing heels, so she might be a bit taller, but she looks shorter from here. I think she's a bit taller. Oops. I think she's a bit taller with her like legs closed in and standing like straight. But yeah, I think Hinata might be the smallest of the three. Again, pretty good size comparison, especially with Naruto and Hinata here side by side. I think this figure looks great, especially with other ones in the line. And this is the like initial re-release of Naruto, not the top 99 one, but the one before the top 99. So looking pretty great. I do still need to get my hands on the top 99 Naruto, but all looking very good. So in these reviews we keep it honest around here, and I want to tell you guys that I believe this figure is pretty good. A lot of new changes, soft plastic to make it more posable. One of my biggest complaints is really the single joints in the knees, as well as her feet being, I don't know if it's too small or if the peg, like the new way that they implemented the ankles, like for the articulation, is very flimsy. So it can get pretty tedious to get her balanced when you get her in these poses where she's very dynamic. Her feet don't seem to balance her very well. Might be a skill issue, might not be a skill issue, but I feel like her feet could have been done a little bit better. I feel like a lot of the figures, like the girls like Tsunade, Sakura, I think Sakura was a better figure in terms of balancing. I don't think Tsunade had that big of an issue in terms of balancing either, but apparently Hinata does. It's gonna take some time to get her balanced in a pose. I tried to get her balanced in this pose, took quite a bit. I had to completely rechange the pose because I didn't really like the way that her feet were not balancing, I guess, like I was saying. So balancing can be an issue with this figure. I also really love the accessories. I think she has a variety of different expressions, like I was saying earlier. Just wish she had some additional expressions that would show more of her personality rather than her fighting side. But great figure all around. Really loving the Dragon Fist or whatever they're called. I can't remember what they're called. But great figure. Great release. Definitely better than the last two. Yeah, definitely go pick her up. And really loving the headband too. Yeah, good figure all around. Really like this figure. I think she's a great release from the Naruto line. And I think this one justifies the price more than the last two. Tsunade basically came with nothing. Pain basically came with nothing. Shikamaru came with a decent amount of accessories. But I think this is a pretty solid release all around. And if you're a fan of Hinata, I think this is just a great figure. It looks like Hinata. Can do some poses that Hinata does in the anime. Some fighting poses. And, it won't hurt to add her in the collection. She's a great character. And again, this is a solid release from SH Figuarts, so I recommend this Hinata. If I had to give her a score, I would lean in the 8 out of 10 just because of the single joint. Again, single joint is really a killer on this figure. Makes me feel like I'm going to break her once I try to bend the knee past 90 degrees. I don't want to break the knee, so I'm like struggling there. It is definitely a single jointed knee. And the ankles, the balancing on the feet, my only two complaints. Accessories are all amazing. I really love the addition of the ninja headband on her neck. That is such a great detail, and it actually looks really nice on this figure. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the review. I will try to post more reviews. I'm going on vacation soon, so I won't be around, but I will probably be posting some reels. I plan on bringing figures with me. Thank you guys for watching again. See you guys in the next review. Peace out.